Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get over to jerichogreen.net. Hit that link tree. Also hit that Cash App link, $ Jericho Green and the number 1. Well, I started off with good damn afternoon. It is for us because we're still alive, but if you're one of those 5 dudes down in that submarine, it is not a good afternoon. Why the fuck do people stay in the merge lane when they see somebody trying to get on the highway? The fuck is wrong with this lady? Anyway, the 5 dudes who went down, 5 guys who went down in that submarine are dead. And let's be honest, we knew Sunday when they first reported that they lost contact, we knew what was up. We just needed the confirmation. So they sent millions of dollars of equipment out there to look for these people, to no avail. They are dead. Today, they found parts of it. They found the tail of the submarine and some other parts, what they say, 1,600 feet from the wreckage of the Titanic. And I guess, you know, their family can take solace in the fact that it was over quick. I mean, once you get down there, the pressure, the pounds per square inch, get into the thousands. You ever see those things? I've seen them a bunch of times at recycling places where you take a soda can, you put it inside the little slot, and then you pull the hammer down, or the handle down, and it smashes the can perfectly into a little tiny disc. That's what happened to them. Shout out to Layla Ray, aka Propaganda Fluent. She was the first person that I saw post the video. It was an animated clip of the submarine and what probably happened to it when it got down to those depths. And you basically have both ends of the submarine coming together, and I think it was said 30 milliseconds, and the temperatures reached in there would be similar to the surface of the sun. So, you know, our weak meat and bone bodies aren't built for that. So at least it was over quick. Now, since everybody involved was an adult, the youngest being 19, I'm gonna give him the business. What in the fuck were you thinking going down in that rinky-dink DIY fucking salvage yard looking submarine? We've all seen the videos of the owner, the CEO, going over the submarine and how it's controlled by an Xbox controller, and he got all these rinky-dink parts. But something I noticed when they're showing the outside of the submarine, there are a lot of exposed hoses and wires and joints. I would think when dealing with those with those depths and that amount of pressure, things like that would be encased in something. Like, I'm thinking as many things as possible need to be encased in a protective shell. You're not going to have exposed hydraulic lines and shit like that. The pounds per square inch is unimaginable. You've probably seen videos where they take a soda can or something down, they drop it down in the ocean, and when it gets to a certain depth, it just gets smashed. And I did a video about this yesterday, talking about, you know, the owner and the parts. He said one part he got from a camp supply store. Come on, dog. You're taking people 13,000 feet under the water with some parts you got from a camping supply store? What the fuck were you guys thinking? No safety regulations whatsoever. You gotta sign waivers. 250 G's a piece to go die. You paid that company $250,000 to kill you. You could have gone to the south side of Chicago or some other Democrat-run shithole, and a crackhead would have shot you for $5. But you guys paid $250,000 to die horrifically. And hopefully it was instant. But chances are there was a lot of creaking and moaning of the submarine succumbing to the pressure. Probably had some water coming through, spraying in there because the screws or bolts or whatever you use couldn't stand up to it. I mean, that was just a sad state of affairs. And when he said well, normally you see these submarines, they have a bunch of 50-year-old white guys who are ex-military submariners. I'm beginning to think you probably wanted those 50-year-old ex-submariners, and they said, no, I'm not going to be a part of sending people down to their death. You got this fucking Oshkosh Bagosh Fisher Price submarine, and you're putting people in it and sending them where? What the fuck were these people thinking? Maybe that's how the wealthy roll. I don't know. I'm not wealthy. But maybe they've seen it all and they've done it all and they're bored. I've been skiing. I've been skydiving. I've been bungee jumping. I've hunted big game. I've climbed climb Mount Everest and shit. I don't know. Maybe they needed something to get that adrenaline pumping. And they said, huh, what? Going where? How far? How much? Okay. That is just some dumb shit. That was stupid. For you to take something with no safety regulations to probably the most dangerous place on Earth. So, they're gone. All 5 of them. And how fucked up is that to do that to your family, to your wife and your kids? How many of those family members said, man, you shouldn't do that shit? What are you thinking? I hope their wives had the presence of mind to say, before you go, sign this for me. Because I have a feeling your stupid ass ain't coming back. That was 100% fucking stupid. That dude literally said, we control it with an Xbox controller. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You paid $250,000 to be cramped inside of a tube. They said it was no bigger than a minivan. You paid $250,000 to go to the bottom of an ocean in a fucking Ford Aerostar and shit in a coffee can in the corner. Shame. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.